Well, good morning. It's actually Friday morning, the day after Thanksgiving, and I do have a Ristos video that we recorded yesterday going up later today, which will be counted as Saturday's video. And this one will not actually go up until Saturday late afternoon, and it will be considered Sunday's video. I'll explain more about why I'm doing a video today when I don't have to, after I read the title and the blurb. The title is, Hey God, I'm talking to you. Religious people are pious. I'm not religious. Maybe I'm not even spiritual, although I have consciously been on a spiritual path my entire life. I don't play like others do. Oh, I have played those games. I've been a hypocrite like most everyone else. I've spouted many of the religious and spiritual ideas of my culture. But one thing is not true of me. I have not been afraid to talk to God, if there really is such an entity, from my heart. I have not and will not deny my senses or my experience as a human being. I will not butter up and try to please some super being who seems to get off on ignorance and deception, which seem to be hallmarks of the latest religion some call New Age. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Don't you see how the world really is, God? Don't you care? Are you impotent? Do you hate good and love evil? Hey, God, I'm talking to you. What are you going to do with a man like me? Will you kill me too? I woke up at 1:30. You see the time now, 5:50. Well, it's 5:50. What, 7, 8, 7. 8 on my computer, 7 up there. Anyway, I thought I would be able to fall right back to sleep. That's what's been happening the last while, actually. I wake up fairly early, but then I'm able to fall back to sleep, and it's only just a brief interruption of looking at the clock. Not today. Not today. I had a 2-hour, maybe over 2-hour conversation with God in which I was actually talking. I mean, audibly, not as loud as I'm talking right now, because there are people sleeping in the house, but I was actually audible. Many of my prayers are silent. I do it by telepathy. I do it by visualization. Not today. Today was one of those days when I was actually talking out loud to God. Hey, God, I'm talking to you. And I'm pissed. I look at the world and I have a heart. I have compassion. I'm choosing, God, to look at things that some of your people, some of your children have been brainwashed not to look at. They've been taught that you're not supposed to look at these things that are going on over here in this corner and over there behind that garage or in that alleyway or in that dark place or in that ivory tower even. Oh, you're not supposed to look there. Oh, God, you're not supposed to peek behind the curtain and see who's pulling the strings. Well, God, I look where I'm not supposed to look. I'm sorry. I peek. I cheat. I don't play by the rules that have been laid down by others, that we're supposed to fear our Creator. That's like fearing life. Well, I do fear life. I fear life on a world that's insane, where your worst children, the ones who are least loving, least compassionate, least in touch with human emotion, least in touch with human values, least in touch with decency. You've allowed these people to run the world? I mean, what kind of a sadist and sick creator are you? And they may say, point a finger at me and say, you're blaspheming God. You're damn right. You're damn right. Because God, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you in front of your children. And when I say children, some of them are infants still in their development. Others might be young children. Others might be teenagers. Some might even be a little bit more mature. But my children, both in their 40s, are still my children. And if I live to be 200 and they are still alive, they will still be my children. And we're your children. Because whoever the hell you are, we didn't create ourselves. We were created by some essence, some force that permeates everything, I believe. Whether it's true or not, I believe it. That you are everywhere. But I don't believe you're all powerful. And if you're all knowing, then you must know how things are going with your creation. You must know the pain and the suffering that your children are going through. Don't you care? Don't you give a fuck? I mean, God, come on. Wake up. Look around. Look around. Here's my eyes. Don't you see what I'm seeing? Don't you feel what my heart is feeling? Where's your heart? Where's your heart, God? Where's your heart? I won't play your freaking religious games. I don't like them. I don't trust them. I don't want them. I won't play pious. I won't play like everybody else has been trained to play, to fear you. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Bullshit. If I have to fear you, then your creation sucks. And you are not a loving God. You are a bastard. You are a sadist. Do you hear me, God? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I look at the world. When are you going to empower people like me and people like the ambassador and other people with hearts that see what's going on and want to do the right thing? When are you going to stop empowering the bastards that want to steal everything from everybody else? And they're willing to violate free will. You say it's a free will zone? Fuck you. How can you allow free will with people that destroy other people's lives wantonly, without repercussions? And you say, well, they'll pay for it in future lives. Fuck you. It doesn't do any good to put it off to some future lifetime. I mean, that stuff is bullshit. God, there's only now. If there are no repercussions now for people's bad deeds, then there is no justice, and injustice reigns. I see it, God. Why don't you? Why don't you look at it, Mr. God? Mr. God, this is Ron. I read the book, Mr. God, this is Anna. That little girl had a lot of wisdom. And so did Finn, the guy that wrote it. They had a lot of wisdom. And I've seen a lot of wisdom told in my life. But I look at the world, God, and I don't deny my senses. I don't say what my eyes see is just an illusion. I don't say what my ears hear is just all lies. But in this world, it is all lies, isn't it? But they're the lies I have to deal with as a human being. And my brothers and sisters have to deal with this shit too. What are you going to do about it, God? When are you going to get off your fucking ass and do something? And you say, it's up to you, it's up to you, it's up to you. When are you going to do something? Well, when are you going to empower us to do something? I know I have gifts and talents in me. I know I have untapped potential in me that I don't know how to access. And I've been asking you for a long fucking time. God, when are you going to do something? I'm talking to you, God. I'm talking to you. I'm tired of your fucking shit. I'm tired of your inactivity. I'm tired of you ignoring the problem as if it's going to make it go away. I'm tired of you putting off to some future generation what needs to be done now, today. You say today is the day of salvation. Hearken to the voice of God or whatever. Hearken. Well, I'm hearkening. Hear my voice, God. Hear my voice. I'm telling you, you have a fucked up creation. And it's time that you get off your fucking ass and do something about it. And if it's up to us, you need to empower good people. People that want to love others. People that have compassion. People that are willing to show mercy. But people that are willing to call a spade and tell the truth. And not invalidate their own senses and their own life and their own sexuality and their own being. I'm not into the self-denial bullshit, God. I'm into standing in my power and telling the truth. And I will tell it to your fucking face. You want to kill me? Go ahead and kill me. You don't like it? That's tough shit. I'm going to say it anyway. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, God. I'm tired of the bullshit that you're putting out on your children. And you're saying you're a loving God. Give me a fucking break, God. Give me a break. A loving God would not allow bastards to run the world. And they are bastards. Now, granted, you're waking some of them up. I believe that. I've prayed for that. I've wanted that. With all of my heart, I've wanted it. But you're moving much fucking too slow. You think you can wait till 2017 or 2038 or some of the other years that have been bantied about? God, what about today? Today is the day. When are you going to get off your fucking ass and do something? You say it took a long time to get this way, and it's the way it's always been. Well, it's time that you stop it and you fix it and you turn it around and you do the transformation that was promised by prophets long ago. When are you going to do something, God? When are you going to take action and bring justice to a world that has been plagued with injustice for millennia? Millennia, God. When are you going to do something about it? When are you going to stop pointing your finger at others and blaming us for your creation? Blaming the creature for the malfunctioning of creation? The one who is made is responsible for the misfortunes of the one who made it. You say we're supposed to take responsibility, God. Well, if you exist, take responsibility. Be accountable. Gird yourself up like a real being and do what needs to be done to heal your people. To show that love really is more powerful than hate. To show that truth really is more powerful than deception. To show that light really does shine into the darkness and enliven us and fill us. I want to be wrong, God, about what I'm perceiving. I'd love nothing more than to have you prove me wrong, to have you prove to me that you really are love, that you really do care, that you really are all powerful, that you really are all knowing, that you really are everywhere present and nothing is hidden from you. I want you to prove it, God. Prove it by showing us how you can transform darkness into light, how you can transform hate into compassion, how you can transform ignorance into wisdom. Show us, God. Show us. Don't talk about it. Don't try to get us to not pay attention to what's going on. I see what's going on, God. I know what's going on, and I'm not going to play the fucking game that most of my friends play. I'm not going to play the denial game, God. I'm not going to go there. I've been there, and it doesn't do any fucking good. Do you understand? Do you understand, God? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you in my brothers and sisters. I'm talking to you in the world. I'm talking to you in the cosmos. I'm talking to you in the angelic realm. I'm talking to you in the Luciferian demonic realm. I'm talking to you wherever you are. Wherever you are, God, wherever you're hiding, I'm talking to you. It's time for you to work in your creation, through your creation, to transform your creation into something beautiful instead of the ugly mess that you've allowed it to become. All right, we've seen what this kind of free will does. It creates hell on earth. I see it, God, and I bet you there's others that do too. And I hope that I'm making them more bold to stand up to you and talk to you just like I'm talking to you. So that you finally get it through your thick skull, if you have a skull, that you need to pay attention to your creation. That this idea of creating something and walking away from it and watching, sitting back and just watching where it's going to go, that's bullshit, God. We don't need an inactive God. There might just as well be no God, and the atheist might just as well be right, and you might just as well destroy and kill us all. Because I'm not going to fucking put up with it. Because wherever I go, if I have any consciousness at all, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to let you off the hook. I'm not going to play your little piety, holy games of, oh, look how righteous and good I am. Oh, God, you're so wonderful. Bullshit. I'm not going to play that game, God. I see my brothers and sisters suffering, and it breaks my freaking heart. It breaks my freaking heart to hear people that are sick, and the remedies for some of these sicknesses are being held back by bastards that run the world, that run the United States, that run the United Nations, that run the family. Come on, God, give me a break. When are you going to do something? When are you going to do something that's real, that's substantive, that's manifests in the real world that we live in? You say that the real world is the invisible world. Well, it's time to stop making that the real world, because that's not the world we're experiencing. We're experiencing life on this planet, and it sucks. When are you going to do something about it? I'm tired of your freaking religions. I'm tired of the freaking spirituality that people have, where they turn their heads and they don't get involved. And they're afraid to tell the truth because you've taught them that fear is a good thing. Fear sucks. And I'm not going to be afraid of you. And if you want to kill me, kill me. But I'd rather have you prove me wrong, that you really are decent, that you really are loving, that you really do have power to transform things and to make life worth living, that you really are able to enrich your people and empower your people instead of impoverishing them and disempowering them. You're willing to activate the freaking DNA that's been deactivated in us so that we can wake up and transform this world into a place of beauty. But it's up to you, God. It's not our responsibility if you won't handle your responsibility. You're the creator, aren't you? And if you're dead, well, then we're all fucked, aren't we? Aren't we? I'm talking to you, God. What are you going to do with a man like me? And to my friends, thank you for listening. Namaste.